It was a cool winter Sunday a couple days after it had snowed. My friends and I were sitting around doing nothing, each in our houses, until one friend decided that he wasn't going to sit down and watch the day go by without getting up and doing something. I was just about to lay down for a nap in my warm bed when I got a call from him. He said, "I'm tired of sitting around all day. Who cares what the city of Johns Creek says? The roads are safe, and we are going to go do something." I was skeptical at first, but as he talked more and more about how we never get snow and how the views at this camp in Dahlonega called Cape Glisten were just amazing, I slowly started to agree, and eventually I told him that he was right and we needed to go. So we texted the rest of our friends and said, "We know y'all aren't doing anything, so come meet us at church and we're going to go on a road trip." We surprisingly got about 5 other friends to go, and so we all hopped in one car and started the trip to the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest. As we were driving along, we realized that it might end up getting late and that we had completely forgotten about dinner, so we took some time to find a restaurant that fit our budget, of course, and made sure they were open. With it being a Sunday, we weren't sure if any would be open in the evening. As we got closer and closer, we started to get worried that it might start to get dark, so we hurried along and finally we got there. We started our trek down this mountain to the lake on the campgrounds. As we walked, we each shared our favorite moment that we had experienced together. For each person, it was different, and when we got to me, it took me a second. And here's a backstory. I had been going through some stuff, and the people that I was with had really started to become some of my best friends. So I thought about it for a sec, and I realized that this might actually be my favorite memory. It was funny because a couple of months ago, I didn't realize that these people would end up being some of my best friends. We continued along the path until we got to this beautiful waterfall. So we hung around there for a bit, took some pictures, got a little wet. I actually got my shoes wet because I was trying to hop across the stream and didn't make it all the way, so my feet were absolutely freezing the rest of the night. And after the waterfall, we kept going till we got to the lake. Hung around there for a bit, listened to music, and actually had a surprisingly fun time throwing stuff onto the ice. And as we were just about to leave, someone looked up and saw an upside-down rainbow. It was so unexpected, and we just stood there for a good 5 minutes just looking at it until it disappeared. While this was happening, the sun was starting to set, and so we thought it would be a good idea to head back to the car. We drove down the mountain until we got to downtown Dahlonega and found this very quaint coffee shop that happened to serve food as well. We got our own room to eat in, which was pretty exciting. It wasn't because we were special or anything, but they just weren't very busy. As we were eating, the power went out and we had to eat in the dark for a couple minutes, which was actually pretty fun for some reason. After we finished eating, we knew it was time to go because it was a Sunday and we had school the next day. So we set off on the trek back home. As we were just about to exit off the highway, we checked Twitter and Fulton County had actually canceled school the next day because of ice. This was definitely a reason to celebrate. This whole trip made me realize how valuable friends can be when you're going through things. Ever since then, we have spent countless hours together and have grown ever closer. This story became one of my favorites when I go back and think about how my friends and I have become better friends. I highly recommend going on a road trip with your friends, or if that isn't your thing, just go on some sort of adventure. Getting away from the world and just enjoying life as it comes at you can be one of the most freeing feelings possible.